Hey y'all, it's Dianthia coming to you guys with a very quick video. So I wanted to share a dream that God gave me on October 22nd, which was Tuesday night. And I woke up on Wednesday morning, October 23rd, to actually record the dream. And this dream was actually about Beyonce, which is very interesting because later that day, that Wednesday, after I recorded the dream, they announced that she was going to be at the Kamala Harris rally in Houston, Texas, where I'm at. So yeah, last night I had a dream where I was a part of Beyonce's family, and I remember going to their house, which Beyonce had a really big mansion. But before I left to go to their house, I remember thinking I need to hurry up and get my stuff and leave. Like, I was also worried because I felt like they could do something to me, but also at the same time, I felt like I was kind of safe because I was a part of their family. So I kind of knew they wouldn't harm me, but if I was to do something wrong, they probably could harm me. So I don't know why. I felt like something bad was going to happen. I felt an urgency to actually go get my stuff from that house, like I said. But I remember, like, after I realized, okay, I need to go to the house to get my things from their mansion, I hurried. I went there. And when I was there, I was thinking I did not want to go upstairs. And the reason why is because I didn't want to run into Beyonce, because Beyonce was actually upstairs. And I knew that she was possessed, like completely possessed, demonized. And yeah, I just did not want to run into her. And I remember at one moment I actually had no other choice but to go upstairs. So I'm probably going to be skipping over a lot because I don't remember a lot that happened in the dream. But I ran upstairs and I didn't see Beyonce. And I got what I needed, but I went right back down the stairs. I do remember going right back down. And that part is kind of fuzzy to me as to like what happened downstairs. But I do remember feeling like a very eerie feeling, like I need to get out this house. But I also kind of felt bad because this was my family and I was trying to get away from them. But I went back upstairs again. I do remember going back upstairs again. And I did not do this, but I remember, okay, actually let me fast forward. So I remember actually seeing Beyonce, and I remember seeing blood thrown to her, but I did not do that. Somebody else did that, and I don't know who it was. But it was like they threw like a big thing of blood to her because she needed it. She needed it. It was like she was feeding off of blood. But yeah, and that was what was actually helping her function, was the blood that she was feeding off of. And I remember, like I said, I don't know who threw it to her, but I knew somebody gave it to her. It wasn't me. But like I said, I knew she needed it in order for her to function, because it was like if she didn't drink this blood or have this blood, she would not survive. And she looked so like demonized, so depressed, so tormented. It was really, really bad. Like, she looked really bad. And I felt sad because I'm like, that's my family member. Like, I don't know if she was my cousin in this dream or what, but I felt really bad. And I just remember after she received the blood, she just walked in to the room, and the room that she was in was very dark. It was like, I don't know if she was sitting in the dark or what she was doing in that room, because I didn't walk in, but I know that there was no lights on. She just went back in and closed the door, and I continued to finish doing what I was doing. But so much more happened in this dream, but that was just the bits and pieces that I could actually remember. In this dream, I remember being somewhere. I feel like I was outside somewhere, and I had a knowing in this dream that I was a part of Beyonce's family. It felt like I was a cousin. I could have been a cousin, but I know that I was a part of the family. And I also felt like, because I was like a part of the family, a cousin or whatever, that I was actually protected by them, by Beyonce and her family. But although I felt like I was protected, I felt also that if I was to do anything that would go against the family, like say anything or move a certain way, that they would get rid of me. But also, I remember feeling an urgency to go and get my things from Beyonce's house because I felt like something bad was about to happen. So I guess the things that I needed to get was probably my personal items because I never really got a chance to see actually in a dream what it was that I was getting. So once I felt that urgency, I actually went to her house, and I remember going to a very big mansion. It was a very big house, and when I walked in the door and I was downstairs, I did not want to see Beyonce. I did everything I could to avoid seeing her. I knew that she was upstairs, but I didn't know exactly like what she was doing, to be honest, upstairs. But I knew I needed to hurry up and get my things because I did not want to see her at all. But I remember there was a point in the dream where I actually had to go upstairs. I think it was something that was mine, like a personal item that I actually had to get out of that house that was upstairs. So I went upstairs, and then for whatever reason, after I went up there, I went back downstairs. But for whatever reason, I went back up a second time. It was like I went upstairs, I went downstairs, and I went back up. There's a lot in the dream that I don't really fully remember. But the second time that I went upstairs, I remember seeing like a room, and the door was open to this room, and I knew that it was actually Beyonce's room. And it was very dark. There was no light on, no TV on. It was just darkness. And as I was like looking at the door, that's when I saw Beyonce come out. And she came out. She didn't say anything. I don't even remember her really looking at me. But I remember seeing her catching blood. It was like somebody else was up there, but whoever that was, I didn't really see them. Like that part is very blurry to me. But it's like they threw a bag of blood at her and she caught it. And once she got that blood, she actually turned back around and went back in the room. And I actually remember how she looked when she came out of the room. She looked very tired. She looked depressed. She looked like she was filled with anxiety. She also looked very demonic. It was kind of possessed. I believe she was actually possessed. But yeah, I remember she just looked very hopeless. And after I saw her and she went back in the room, that's when I turned around. I guess I had got what I needed. But I turned back around to go downstairs. And that's really when the dream ended. But yeah, this is a very interesting dream. I felt led to share it, especially with the timing of it, with Beyonce, giving an announcement. Well, the media and everybody making an announcement saying that she was going to be at the rally. I will say this, I do believe that we should pray for Beyonce. I've actually been praying for Beyonce because it's clear Beyonce is in darkness and she needs Jesus. Like I said, when I saw her in the dream, when she came out, she looked very dark, she looked very sad, and she looked very hopeless. And we all know the solution to that. The solution to it is Jesus. So I do pray that Beyonce actually have an encounter with the Lord, because even though she's, worshiping other gods, because we do know Beyonce is a witch and she could be doing whatever she's doing behind closed doors. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that's happening in the music industry that Beyonce is involved in. There is nobody who, far from God. I do believe that God can save her and rescue her. But I want to talk about the blood too that's in the dream that was thrown at her. This kind of like reminded me of the whole adrenochrome like talk, because we know that there are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood that are, pretty much drinking adrenochrome to stay healthy and to look youthful. And they have called this a conspiracy theory, but I know it's not a conspiracy theory. It is something that is actually dark and that is actually happening. So I feel like that part of the dream could have been it could have been adrenochrome. The blood that I saw in the dream could have been adrenochrome, because I also forgot to mention this when I shared the dream. She needed the blood. It's like I also knew in the dream that she needed the blood. She needed the blood to survive. And I do feel like, the people that are drinking adrenochrome, it is now at the point where they probably actually need it to survive. But it's just so much that like goes with like getting it. Like they literally have to torture children and take take the adrenochrome out of their blood. And I'm pretty sure as they're consuming it, it gets to a point that they literally need it to live. But I feel like that was probably why God put that in the drink, to confirm that that is really happening. And Beyonce could be involved. I mean, they have said that Beyonce is involved in that. But like I said, we need to pray for Beyonce. We honestly need to pray for the whole entire music industry. So much is being exposed in this hour. We see P. Diddy, he got arrested, and then the stuff that was happening with Jeffrey Epstein, with the whole human trafficking thing. Like there is a lot of darkness that is happening in the whole Hollywood, industry, even politically. And I also find it interesting right now that a lot of these people that are supposedly involved, well, I won't even say supposedly because I feel like there's a lot of truth to it and a lot of evidence, but with these people that are involved in these things, such as, human trafficking with Diddy and Epstein and child sacrifice and all of that, all of these people have been endorsing Kamala. And that I don't find it strange. I don't know if you guys find it strange, but they have been endorsing Kamala. They have been coming out endorsing her, and I wonder why. So yeah, I just wanted to share this dream with you guys because I felt like it was interesting. Like I said, I think we should pray for not just Beyonce. We should pray for Diddy. We should pray for everybody that would be, I guess we would consider elite, because they do need Jesus. But also at the same time, I do pray that everything is exposed. Everything that happens in the dark always come to light. Most importantly, I pray that these people actually repent and turn to Jesus. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share. And if you guys have anything extra or additional that you want to add, just leave me a comment, let me know. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.